daughter loves horses. I'm Ali, this is Noah, and we're here to help you enjoy horses in a fun, safe way. Today, I'm just going to show you how to move safely around a horse. Now, I've got Noah tied with a quick release knot. That's the first step. Anytime you tie a horse, you want to make sure you've tied him with a quick release knot or with quick release cross ties. Now, with a horse, you want to think about his eyes are on the side of his head. So he has two blind spots, one directly in front of his nose and the other directly behind him. Directly behind him is where you want to be very careful. So if I need to walk around my horse, let's say, to get to my tack that I have on my wall, I want to put my hand on him so he knows where I am. So I'm going to place my hand here and say, Noah, I'm right here, and I'm going to do one of two things. I'm either going to walk so close to him that if he were to kick, he wouldn't have any distance to be able to get to me. Or I would want to say, Noah, I'm right here, and walk very far around him so I'm out of range of his hind end. And again, a horse may kick not intending to even hit you, but say at another horse or if something spooked him. So you want to make sure no matter how good your horse is that you still protect yourself from the danger zone, which is what I like to refer to the hind end as. Now, the other thing with a horse is that it's very tempting when you want to move around a horse to, say, duck under their neck. I mean, look, there's all this space, we can fit right under, but this is not a good idea. And if you've noticed, Noah's kind of been moving around, and if I'm right here and he decides to take a step forward, I really don't have anywhere to go. I'm going to get pinned against the fence, and that's going to be very painful and dangerous for me. Now, the next thing, you never want to go under a horse. The same thing, it looks like, oh, I can fit right under. You don't want to do that because if I ask Noah to move his feet, you'll notice that he can move that right into that area. So if he were to walk, step, if he were to pick up his hind foot and kick at a fly that might be tickling his belly, I would be right in the way and I would get hit by one of those hooves, and that would be very dangerous for me. The next thing is, you notice Noah likes to kind of move his head around and check things out. That's all right, but I want to make sure he respects my personal space. So if he pushes his head into me, runs his head into me, I want to ask him to say, so like if he were to do that, so that's not very nice of him, I'm going to just gently push his head out of the way and say, no, this is my space. The next thing to think about is where you're putting your feet in relation to where his feet are. Horses weigh somewhere between 800 and 1,200 pounds, which is a lot. And when they put their feet on your feet with all of that weight, it hurts. So, if I'm picking up a horse's foot, say to clean it, I want to make sure I don't put my foot right where his foot's going to go when I let go. See how my foot's right there? If I asked him to put his foot down, he would put it down right on my foot. So you want to make sure you keep your feet out of any place that he's going to be putting his feet down. Now the last thing is, your horse might be in a place that you don't want him to be. So let's say he's moved too far to the right or too far to the left, and you need to ask him to move over. Horses respond to pressure. It's kind of like poking your little sister, right? So if I need Noah to step that way, I can put my hand on his hip and apply a slight pulsing pressure, and he steps that direction. And he knows that that command means step over. And all horses will respond to pressure in that way. If I need him to step his whole body over rather than just swing his hind end, which is what I asked him to do here, you can push on his barrel or up here on his shoulder and ask him to move his whole body over. The same thing if you need your horse to back up. You can do it two ways. One is by holding onto the halter and giving it a couple of tugs backwards, asks the horse to step back. Another way, I'm asking him to step forward, is to put pressure on the chest. And it's the same thing as the hind end. If I just give him a little pressure on the chest, it asks him to step back. And in that way, you can put your horse wherever you want him to be without having to resort to untying him and moving him again. So, thanks so much.
Bye. Thanks for watching this video, Help My Daughter Loves Horses. Check out our website for more.